From the Babe to the Boss, there's been a ton of unforgettable nicknames in Yankees history, so we caught up with a true legend who knows a thing or two about the subject. All right, so Ron, AKA Louisiana Lightning, Gator. Do you remember when you were first called those nicknames?
Sure. You gotta remember that Gator is the nickname that my teammates gave me. Louisiana Lightning, even though it's so touchy, that it just was something that was kind of put the tag on, you know. Rizzuto tagged me with that one night during a game I was pitching, so that's how it came about. But my nickname Gator was given to me by my teammates. When I got called up in '75, you know, I'm in AAA. I get a call in the morning from Bobby Cox, who was my manager. He tells me to get on a flight. I got to report to New York. They have a doubleheader against Boston. I do all of that. I get to the park. I get a uniform. I go down to introduce myself to Bill Verdon, who was the manager. He tells me to go in the bullpen. I go in the bullpen and then I introduce myself. They get me talking about where I'm from, and when I don't remember who asked me, what do you have a lot of in Louisiana? And I said, well, we got a lot of rain, we got a lot of snakes, we got a lot of alligators. And then all of a sudden, you know, somebody just went like, well, we'll just call you Gator. You know, and I'm going, that's perfect, that's fine. And then about the same time I did that, all of a sudden my foot got hot and I looked down, one of them was giving me a nickname and the other one had lit up my shoelaces. So I got initiated into the club real quick. But that's how I got my nickname, and it's always stayed.
So you're saying you could have been called Snake as a nickname, possibly?
Well, you know, when they asked me, what do you have a lot of, you know, and I said rain, you know, and you could see their heads turning. Nothing. We got a lot of snakes, you know, and you're going like, snake. You know, it just didn't catch, you know, it didn't, you know, and I said, we have a lot of alligators. And all of a sudden, you know, Gator for short, which, you know, implies, you know, that. And it just, boom. Of course, I had to take my shoes off so they could see if I had wet feet or not. You know, they'd check my toes. You hear all the stories. But anyway, that's how I got mine.
So which one do you prefer, Louisiana Lightning
or
Gator?
You like Gator because it's shorter, okay? But it's more meaningful because your teammates gave it to you. That's what's more meaningful. Louisiana Lightning, like I said, Rizzuto just said something about, you know, Louisiana Lightning one night.
What an exhibition by the Louisiana Lightning man!
More or less like pitching, you know, so that's, you know, that stuck. Now, it's pretty when you're signing it because it's so long, you know, but that's not my nickname.
Both are great. And now let's talk about some of these current Yankees nicknames. And let's start with Aaron Judge.
Right.
The Judge. What do you think about it?
It's like, that's the best to me because it's just, when you see in right field, everybody sitting out there with the wigs and the robes on, because that's exactly what goes on in a courtroom, you know, so he's holding court. That's the thing. So, you know, when you hear, here comes the judge, I mean, it hits you. I mean, it's just, for him, it's priceless.
Intimidating,
yeah.
Which goes along perfectly with
He's
him.
intimidating, you know, when you look at him. I'm not so sure if the name is intimidating, but it just suits him, you know, because when he walks in and it's just, here comes the judge, it's just his name and it implies authority.
How about Aroldis Chapman, the Cuban Missile? Which is kind of like your Louisiana Lightning.
Well, yeah, you know, it's something that when other people are referring to you and they're not using your name, you know, then it's fun because that implies something that you can do that nobody else can do, or something that you have that nobody else has.
Now, how about James Paxton, the Big Maple?
Well,
straight from Canada.
I asked him what he wanted me to refer to him as, and he said, just call me Pax. So I didn't know, what's his nickname?
Big Maple.
Big Maple, like the maple tree?
Yeah, so he's from Canada, so they
well,
just
right, so that's the...
And he's got the tattoo.
Oh, okay. So, well, you know, you understand how proud he is being from Canada, so that's their, you know, emblem on the flag, so I can understand. We might come up with one here for the States. He can use that when he's in Canada. You use one when you're in the States.
Something new for when he's with the Yankees, right? Which Pax has, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
And it's like his name.
We might have to think about something, you know, somewhere, maybe to tag on him over here.
Out of all of the Yankees history, do you have a favorite nickname or some favorite nicknames that come to mind when you think about the Yankees? Maybe it was a teammate who you played with or a current player.
Well, we had a lot of characters on our club with a lot of nicknames, and they were all fun because of what they stands for. We had a Mr. Dirt, we had a Mr. Puff, we had a Count, we had a Cat. You know, we had so many, and you know, when you find out who those names imply, a lot of them, it's because of their person and their characters, who they were. I liked them all, and you know, it was one of the fun times in my life because we never referred to each other as Ronald or Greg or Jim or James or were our given names. Everybody had nicknames, you know. When you go down position by position, it's, you know, it's a snatcher, Willow. Well, the only one who never really did anything was Bucky. When I say Bucky, you know exactly who it is.
Bucky Dent.
Yeah, you know, but then you had Greg, who was nicknamed Puff, and you know, we had the Quick, Mickey Rivers. You know, you had so many other guys that had great nicknames. And it'd be hard to pick one who you like. I mean, I like mine. You know, I don't want to be biased, but I like mine.
It is pretty nice, Gator.